Evening. This is the Liverpool
Evening. Not past 6 yet, girl. What are you taking time away from us for?
Afternoon, everybody. So this is the Liverpool versus Burnley after match reaction show, and we've got Potsy.
Hi guys.
Talks Footy TikTok watch along today. I'm sure it's amazing. The details are in the description. Make sure you follow him. We've got FTB Nick, our KOP TALK panel, and we are joined by a Monday from the Man United agenda, and we'll soon find out why in a minute because I'm so excited. Can I just start by saying, what a game! What a game! Jota, Mane, what a game! Who wants to start the first half? I'm too excited. I know the first half wasn't brilliant, but Burnley are usually the team that we struggled against, and they came out fighting, and we kept them at bay. I think Alisson was fucking world class today. Some of the saves he made. I think him and Pope are two top goalkeepers, but obviously Alisson just world class. But yeah. Anyway, Potsy, you go.
I'll go.
You go.
So, I'll be honest. The first half, I was quite nervous. I was really worried how much we allowed Burnley to come on us. Like in terms of like countering against them, we looked good. I felt defensively, although we did look a bit shaky, we in the end managed to, stop Burnley from really having any real chances. I know Alisson had to make a couple of saves, but I don't think there's anything that we wouldn't expect him to have been able to deal with.
I think few they were offside, but they obviously let it play.
Yeah, I mean the offside trap worked a treat today, but I think they were offside more than they had shots. To be fair, like we just, the team was well organised in that sense.
Virgil keeps that line, doesn't he, to make sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that first half, I'll be honest, like I was really concerned about how poor we were in terms of keeping hold of the ball, in terms of keeping hold of the possession, and it was a bit worrying at times. But obviously, Jota's getting the goal sort of calmed the nerves a bit. But then we let Burnley come straight back on us again, and that's when.
Well, they had to, though. They had to.
I know, but normally when we go 1-0 up, we normally start shaky, and then as soon as we get that first goal, that's when we start to take control. And we had to wait until the second half until we really saw that.
Klopp was annoyed when he kept seeing him going, think. Yeah, we kept losing the ball a lot. But I mean, we had Henderson back, first game back properly, so I knew that he might not be as 100%, but. Still, Nicholas, what do you think of the Jota goal?
Nice. That was an understatement, but come on now. The build-up play was, as usual, carbon copy of last week.
Yeah. Tsimikas.
Incident with the opposing player.
Yeah.
Van Dijk last week, Tsimikas this week. Oh, what a cross. Put it on Jota's head.
Nice. And this is what Tsimikas brings. I know people can have his criticisms. He doesn't get much game time, but that's because Robertson. Look, he's on the bench again now. He had a horrific injury by the looks of it, and he's on the bench. But I think he's definitely using this time now to stamp his authority and say, "Look, I'm good enough as well." But his crosses in the box, they're just as good as Robertson's. Really,
it's what he has brought to the table. Is what he brought to LFC from last season's pre-season. When I first saw him, I said, he's going to do well if he gets his chances. And I'm glad that he's taken him this season.
And that's through no fault of his own. It's not like he's a flop. He's just not had his chance to shine. Back of his, he's probably deep down when Robertson was injured, was thinking, right, finally I get game time now.
There was a scare with him in last week's game against Norwich.
Yeah.
But I think in the post-reaction show, I did state that he's going to learn from this. He's going to learn from that mistake. And Potsy, he definitely did. Did put a foot wrong today.
He was my man of the match.
Yeah.
He was my man of the match, but obviously we'll get into that after. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Last
that
week, Nick.
stupid thing at the beginning with the arm, I had someone telling me, "Oh, it should have been a penalty."
No,
absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. She just bullied him out the way. The guy
was it a Monday who told you that?
No. You didn't see that bit. You didn't see that bit. This is a Watford fan on our banter group, but I'm going to go back in for him later. But yeah, so we've got a Monday on here because on our on our pre-match show and a lot of our pre-season shows, obviously, all of us Scousers are so hyped and pumped about this little 18-year-old, Harvey Elliott. And a lot of people have been saying, really, yeah, he sounds all right. He sounds all right. On Monday, can you see now why we're so fucking hyped about this little kid?
Yeah. To be fair, I've seen it before. I know what sort of player he is. I've seen him since at Fulham. I've always followed him. He's a great little player, technical little player. I was just a bit concerned that maybe he wouldn't be effective in his Liverpool side. But after today, I'm really impressed. I did watch the preseason games as well. After I was really impressed. Just want to go back to that goal, the first goal. I thought it was excellent because you got Ben Mee and James Tao. What's the name? Tarkowski. Two big units, 2 6'5" guys or whatever. Yeah. And you can see me had a look at him, said, it's only a little waist-high guy. I don't need to worry about this. And then he goes to him, got in front, and he's gutted, because he went for a header, but he got there before. And you wouldn't expect, when I'm big as well, I play centre-back. And I win everything. I don't have to worry about it. I win it.
You don't want that. You don't want someone like that coming into your
You can't, he goes completely. Great movement by little Jota, because you think, I'm not worried about this dude. You know? But he didn't even feel for him, and he wasn't even looking. He was just looking at the play over the left-hand side. Didn't even bother looking at both ball man. And he got done there. That's a great little goal, great little finish by the little man. And you think, why are you crossing balls for little guys, little 5'5" guys in the middle of the park? But there you go, great goal. And that's for we get on to Elliott, but I thought Elliott was fantastic today. He gives you, you don't need that Shaqiri anymore. He gives you something sweet, some sugar, some nice sprinkle. He's not greedy. His age, he's got that wisdom, the IQ. He pops it into feet, pops it around the corners. The threaded ball for the offside goal was brilliant. Maybe he should have hit a bit earlier. But once he gets into the rhythm, this guy is going to unlock keys for you. And I'm because he's English and everything else. Credit to you guys. Brilliant little player. And one thing great about Klopp, he's found a way to make him so effective in those positions. Because I was thinking, in the midfield three, how's he going to tackle? How's he going to think? He gets into position, does his thing. The only issue I would say, is that I saw him trying to charge for an overlap with Salah, and he's not getting much love from Salah. But playing with Trent and Salah and him as well, that is a combination. But he was trying to do the overlap, and I saw him try to put a burst in. But it's one pace. He's going slowly at one pace. So probably have to sit him in the middle of the park because
give him a couple of years.
As a winger, he's not going to burst man or drive at man with pace. Only really with skill. But honestly, top quality. Loved him.
He's a little terrier as well. All up and down that wing, he was just on them against the line. He wouldn't just let it go away. I think there was a pass he made and he mispassed it. He was going to give it to Salah and he lost the ball. Ended up going to the goalkeeper and he started running down the goalkeeper because he was the ball away, running down the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper had to kid it out quick and then ended up passing it to one of our players. But that's what he does. He makes them panic. That's what I love about him. Absolutely love about him. Right, Potsy, who's your? Oh, actually, let's go on to the second goal. Mane. Yeah.
Well, the second goal. I mean, I loved every part of it, but the biggest part that I don't think may have been picked up by a lot of people was it all started from a Virgil van Dijk long pass.
I did not miss that.
It is something that we have missed so much, and you could just see the difference in that. Considering how we played Burnley last season, we couldn't break down the 10 men. We were able to expand it with just that long ball, and then obviously Trent's clever little pass and Mane's finish is a lot harder than people will give him credit for. A volley with the ball spinning, curling in at him. Brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant. And I'm just so happy for Mane as well. to get a goal this early into the season. I really hope it'll help him kick on, because for me, he missed a couple of chances that I think it was the one where the ball was rolled into him and he tried to turn it to his left and he should have put it to the right for Salah. And then there was the one where Salah obviously put the cross in. I don't know how he just didn't put a foot out and missed it at the front post, but he's getting his confidence back. He's, you know,
saw him shouting, fuck.
I mean, I was shouting, to be fair, in my life. I just didn't know what he was doing there, but yeah, it was at least good he took the hardest of the chances, let's say that, and he did really well.
I did not skip on that Virgil pass. Like, he's fantastic, isn't he? How nice it to have him back. He's like, you know, we were saying he's a pretty Porsche, isn't he? You know, amongst all these Ford Escorts, he's all these defenders, centre backs. He's a fucking Porsche.
Well, you got Escorts and then
effortlessly as well.
Yeah, effortless. But that's what we missed as well. People talk about the defensive side of it. We've missed him putting them long balls in, you know, or trying to drive through teams, but he brings that thing where he can bring the ball over the top to just switch it up. And
from route 3 to route 1, we had maybe 4 different options leading into last season. And then when he went, that was it. At least 2 of those options disappeared. And then
even the
mobile players started dropping like flies. Seriously. So it ended up looking like us, the LFC, playing football in a wheelchair with no feet and one hand.
And we still finished third.
Yeah.
How's that work, people? How's that work?
Because of Alison fucking Becker.
Well,
Goal of the
no
season.
There's no IAT team. Collectively.
Goal of the decade.
You enjoyed Virgil today, didn't you, Mons?
He's one of my favourite players. He's just a fantastic player. The way he dealt with Wood, that sounds funny, doesn't it? Yeah, him and Matic. Him and Matic. The way they dealt with Wood, I was expecting Wood to put under pressure. There's one in the first half where Wood it was in the 6-yard box, kind of like Ian Rush, back to goal, and Virgil just stood up on him, no foul, just pinched the ball. You know, and I thought, wow, I would be tumbling over because this guy's like made of rock. You know, but he stood up and just pinched the ball off him. So even Wood was like, man, this guy, I can't wait for next week, you know. But Virgil, when he played that crossfield pass, once again, who chested it down, stuck to his chest, rolled it into Trent. It was Harvey again. I mean, you can't deny that. I give Harvey an assist for that because he's just brilliant. Because once he gets the ball down and squares up a man, everyone's like, oh, God. You know, he's that good. You know, so
he can take the ball down so well. You know, he can really take the ball down. Defending as well. He's just on them. He'll go and win the ball, but he's all rounder, everything.
What do you, the only issue I had with not an issue really, but Virgil, when James Tarkowski had that chance and he's blindsided, came from Matic, maybe could have picked him up, but Virgil let it go because he probably got the call. But I can't fault him. I can't really fault him for anything because he's so cool. He just strolls around the pitch and just reads everything, picks up everything. It makes you hate him as a player, as a Man United fan. Because you think, how can you be so good and not even have a sweat or a grass stains on you? You know,
as a rival fan, watching Virg as he runs, he jogs, he gets into position. His whole demeanor says, I don't come at me, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Virgil. Like, my favorite part of Virgil's performance was the tackle on Rodriguez right at the end, because that's something we haven't yet had to see from Van Dijk, where he's had to get into that position to make that tackle, the perfect timing in the slide, and it was just absolutely perfect. And it just shows you that Van Dijk is well and truly, it might not be back yet, but he's well and truly on his way. And you know, the fact that, you know, we've got that man at centre back, you know, it just shows Matip. Honestly, he's just for me, Matip, I've said it before, Matip would be one of the best centre backs in this league if he wasn't made of glass. Like, he would be considered amongst the best centre-backs in this league. And I really hope he and Van Dijk get a good run this season, because they're going to be so important to what we do.
Great parents, though. They get on so well.
Yeah.
Not just that, I think Virgil, he talks so much. Today I was really watching the game.
Yeah.
He's such a leader and like driving the team up the field and pushing them up to make a high line. And one-on-one, everyone says Wan-Bissaka is like the best one-on-one, but anyone driving at Virgil, you're out of options. Like, back me up here.
You don't want a plan B.
Yeah, you don't want to drive him because it's going to be another showpiece tackle. Yeah. And he's amazing. He's amazing. Great player. Really good player. I just think Company was like up there, like one of the best. But he seems to be taking a bit of everybody. You know, he's just sickening.
I think it helps because, you've got Becker behind him. They've got a great relationship. You can see he knows when to let it go. He knows when he needs to help him out. And I think that was lacking last season when we didn't have Virgil there. A lot of them didn't know when to let Becker come or not. But Matip and Virgil, they know, and they've got a great relationship with the goalkeeper. They come out. Did you see at one point we were attacking? And I was like, why is Virgil still in the box? So we had a corner. He stayed in the box for about 5 minutes. He's like, wait, who's defending? Nobody. He was just in the box. Like, I want to get in the box.
We had a plan. Simple as.
Yeah. He had a volley as well that almost just went wide, didn't it? Then he was trying to call for a corner. But that's what I'm saying. Both ends of the pitch, there's one corners, obviously, with Burnley, there's going to be an issue. And against Man United, we had issues against them. They scored against us a corner. Last week, they scored with a corner. This week, Virgil came through and just cleared it, wow. And then at the other end, he's a problem, doing a little ghost from Jota and then got a volley in as well. So, wow. What can't he do?
I think last week, do you remember Salah's goal last week against Norwich?
Yeah.
From the corner, so there was a picture I found, and you could see Virgil was in the box waiting for the corner to come in, and there was 5 Norwich players marking him all around him. 5 players just on Virgil, which meant Salah, he was just there on his own, like, me the ball. Went in, the Virgil effect. That's what we're going to call it now, They feel like they have to, everyone put their player on him, but it leaves other players free up. The Virgil effect is back. Anyway, Potsy, man of the match.
For me, it's Tsimikas.
2, really, isn't there? Yeah.
For me, it was Tsimikas. Like I said, I was quite critical of him in last week's post-match with Nick. Yes, you did. That's what I'm saying.
What makes them learn their lesson?
Yes. Yes, I was happy with him attacking against Norwich defensively. He did look a bit vulnerable. Nick said that's the game that he should, I'm glad he made those mistakes because that's the game to make the mistakes in. And I have been proven right because Kostas was absolutely brilliant today. My favorite part, obviously, apart from the great cross for Jota's goal, was right at the end when he was about to come off, and he just seemed to have a fight with about 5 Burnley players for the ball. He was on his own. He was literally on the floor, like covering it, and he still got up and came out with the ball at his feet. And it was like the biggest cheer from the crowd because they just see how hard he was working and fighting. And that, like honestly, it gives me so much confidence because obviously the fact that Robbo was on the bench, may make people think that Robbo might be coming back sooner than people were expecting, but it gives me it gives me a lot more confidence that if Klopp decides to play Tsimikas ahead of Robbo in the Chelsea game, I'm confident he can do the job as well.
Look, Robbo's a senior player, so understandably he's going to get a seat on the bench if he's got a cast around his leg or he doesn't. I think it's just one of those things.
He's coming to watch.
Well, I mean, you would you just put him in like the good seats though. You wouldn't necessarily put him on the bench if he's injured still.
Yeah, but I guess that's his decision as well.
He's been training.
There's the option for the
I mean, look, obviously we've seen him running and everything, so clearly, he is on the way back. So obviously he's probably not 100%, but I'd say he's in a position
risk him against Chelsea. Is there any point in risking him against Chelsea with Tsimikas doing so well?
But that's the thing. I mean, what I'm saying is though, it gives me a lot more confidence to go with Tsimikas if he decides to go that way. Because let's be fair. I mean, it was Goodmanson on the right for Chelsea. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit different to going up against Havertz or Mount or whoever they're going to put on the right against us. Like it's it's a different challenge against Chelsea altogether. So, but that's why I feel more confident in seeing his performances over the last couple of games that if Klopp trusts him, then yeah, I trust him.
We should have a show analysing Chelsea. That's what I think we should do.
I mean, with next game, because
Yeah.
obviously Fabinho's missing. The game against Chelsea, if we don't get Fab back, that's going to be a huge, huge loss for that game.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't say whether he will be ready or not. But I think that would help Tsimikas with defending side of the game. And if he was to play that game with Fabinho there, it would make his life a lot easier, obviously.
100%. That's why I say we need to bring in a backup for Fabinho, like a natural CDM. Because Henderson, I felt in the first half we did struggle a bit to manage the midfield, and we weren't really keeping the ball, and that's a big part of what Fabinho does as well. He helps us keep possession. He stops the counters before they happen. He regains the ball, and we weren't really doing that.
And I love Henderson, but he can't really do that.
It's not his role. It's not his, it's not his role. He's a 100% honest player, same as like James Milner, or if you put Thiago in that position, they'll give you 110%, but they're just not naturally built for it the way that Fabinho is, and that's all it is. So for me, like I said, obviously we'll focus right now. We'll leave the Chelsea chat for the next show next Thursday. But cool. Tsimikas, my man of the match, definitely.
Nicholas, who's your man of the match today?
Not Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
Fair shout. Fair shout.
First game at Anfield, first game out of full match.
His first full debut as well.
18 years old, in front of the Kop.
Been 2 years coming.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he'd been thinking about that as well. But yeah, his first proper full debut start of the season.
No, he was fantastic.
Well done, the man.
Definitely. On Monday?
On Monday?
I know it's not your team. Do you want to pick a Burnley player? Who's your Burnley man of the match?
I just want to say, first of all, I've seen a few comments. I'm a football fan first, right? I'm not tribal. I'm a football fan. I can appreciate good football, and Liverpool play good football, so that's why I'm here. And these aren't my pajamas, Ian. Anyway,
the sun's shining. I need to move. I can't see the comments.
As regards to MOM, I was thinking about. I think Harvey was magnificent. He gives you something that you haven't got. He's unique. If he was playing on the continent, he would be like outstanding, like one of these number 10s, cultured player. But he gives you something: the through balls, the passing, the unselfishness, the running off the ball. Everything was on point, and I was doing player cam on him today. So, but I'm going to give man of the match to Virgil because he doesn't put a foot wrong, and having him like he can't just like bypass people like that. He is so key. It's like Maguire for me. He man of the match every week for us at Man United. So for me, it's Virgil. You can't just sleep on this guy. As you saw last season, without him, what happens? When we didn't have Maguire for the last few games of the season against you lot and the final, we were struggling for leaders and that kind of thing. So Virgil, for me, MOM every week.
Like you say, he's vocal. He controls the line. He makes sure everyone's that offside trap's always on. You know, the amount of times they get offside because he makes sure hold the fucking line, hold the line. You know?
They're in NBA. They have a thing called MVP, most valuable player. We have man in a match. All the he's everything. He's everything for Liverpool right now. Just wrap him up in cotton wool because, like, to watch him, I just get thrilled. The guy's brilliant.
Just to quickly.
Best signing of the season is he's signed now till 2025. And I think, I'm sorry, but a lot of people are saying we're not signing up players. We've signed all our most important players in our team. We've made sure we've signed them up. So we're not going to be in a position in a year's time where, you know, we're in a Gini Wijnaldum position where, you know, you're like, crap, we're going to have to let them go for free or we're going to have to argue this thing. We've locked them all down. I think that was the most important bit of business that we've done this season.
I feel the daggers because of Pogba here. You got that next segment talk about Pogba.
But I'm just saying, as a Man U fan, I'm sure you would have preferred. Would you prefer to have got that deal locked down? Like right now.
Well, that's good business. Yeah, fair play. That's great. And when you talk about when you talk about lack of transfers to Liverpool, you made one good signing this year, but these signings are probably the best signings you're making, new contracts and things. So yeah, because they're so valuable, these players you have.
I mean, that's the thing as well when you consider Man United's like the Man United fans were going crazy at the end of the season with how bad their defense looked without Maguire. And it's like, it's this argument that people just don't seem to really appreciate how losing all your defenses has massive impact on how the team plays. And Virgil being back, you know, can already see the impact he's making just being on that pitch. And, you know, the fact is we lost a Rolls Royce, you know, Man United lost a fridge. And like for us, now he's back, you know, he's back in. And it's just fantastic. Honestly, I'm just so happy.
Royce. We lost the keys, the garage,
Rolls Royce.
we lost everything.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, like Harry Maguire has improved a lot. He is, you know, a Samsung floor model at Curry's. You know, he is a high end, but
Virgil was never improved. He's just always been that level. He's always
exactly. He just walked in as cool as you like, and he's just stayed that
catch
way.
Virgil trying to tackle Matip. Let's put it that way. Right, let's do some comments. I feel bad. I completely forgot about the comments. I was so excited. Ola Kunle, 007, evening. Thanks for watching again. Reese, loyal KopTalk fan. Well done, Reese. Oi. Samikas was great. He was. You know, when you'd have said last season if Robertson was to go out injured, it would be a bit like, oh gosh, heart attack moment. But seeing him pre-season when Robertson was injured, I was just like, okay, that's okay. Samikas. And he's certainly showing it now. Ola Kunle, did we win? Mane, Jota. 2-0. 2-0. I did predict 4-0, but Burnley really bring it to us. So I'm proud of that 2-0. Yes, Reese, what a 2-0 win. But we're a one-man team according to our rivals. What's the one man?
I was going to say, who is that one man?
Yeah.
Virgil. Without him last year, you kept saying, watch when he comes back from injury. This is what you guys kept saying. That was your justification for the form last year.
Well, it wasn't just Virgil. We had no centre-backs. Yeah. We just had no centre-backs.
Fabinho at some points. Henderson, Thiago.
All right, move on.
So ready. Ian. Hey, Ian. He's our Blue Moon. Watch the Sunday Prem Roundup on FTV Sports this Sunday. He's going to be on there. We've got a Norwich fan, a Chelsea fan, Arsenal fan, and obviously Ian, who's a Man City host. Loved the 1 to 11 shirt number, and yeah, that was funny. Did you see that as well?
I did.
The Burnley team, all their numbers was 1 to 11.
Oh wow!
In the back of
rare these days.
Yeah,
that is rare. Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember how long it was. Is Amondi wearing his PJs? He's been at work, I think. He must have.
I'm representing Sky Blues.
Burnley colours. He's coming in Burnley colours.
Burnley claret.
007. Evening, Errol. Congratulations on Liverpool winning the title.
Thank you, 007. Thank you.
You know what? Let us enjoy our first home game. You lot enjoyed your first home game last week, all right? Let's see you guys later on today. NLG Nathan. Yes, he's a centre half. I was singing that. My kids were looking at that. I'm a weirdo.
Number 4.
Watch him defend. And he nearly scored. On Monday ain't a Liverpool fan though. You know what they won? We're making him a fan. All right?
I'm a fan of good football.
No, we don't need that.
I'm a fan. Listen, anything. I'm a fan of good football regardless. Liverpool up there. This is elite football, elite manager, elite players. I can't deny it, you know.
Yeah.
But that's why we love you, because you will just come out and say that. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh no, they're not that great. But
I'm not tribal. I just love the game.
Yeah. You can recognize when someone are fucking top class. TTM Sports, hey. Long season to go. I'm having a quick cigarette at work and listening in. Good start, Redman. Yeah, we're looking back to what we were season before now. That's what I think it is as well. Warren's eyes. Hey.
It's all looking good. It's all looking good.
Evidently, man. Afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Really good win today. Warren, yes, Jeff. And myself about locking down our players. Yeah. A lot of people kind of put, I think even not a lot of our own fans haven't really put as much emphasis on that, but I was really impressed with how we're doing that. And I think this week's going to be Salah, isn't it? we need to get him on lock as well.
Salah and Hendo, I think, this week.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I think Salah loves us. He's got his little chant, you know, running down the wing, Egyptian king. He loves us. He's not going nowhere. And then Warren's laughing because you said a fridge. Please, Gemma. What have I done now, Warren? You're gonna have to tell me what I've done. But yeah. Okay. Let's round it up then. What else is there to say? I'm just so excited.
Can you guys, don't you think Burnley, like we were saying earlier, they haven't made many signings this year? I think one of the signings was a freebie, and what they're working with, I mean, and the units they all have. We were saying earlier, me and Nick earlier, about they probably like the hardest team for a pub fight. If you want to be in a pub brawl or something like that, that Burnley 1 to 11 in numbers would kick some butt. You know, they're really big guys. They put on a good performance today, really tested you. And I think they tested your centre backs. They probably went out of imagine, what's his name? You know, the voice. He's probably said, he's made of glass. He's made of glass. And attack Virgil. He's just coming back. Give it all we got, you know. So they really gave you a test today, and credit to them. You have to respect teams like this. 4-4-2, 1 to 11, strong like oxes.
No, like
Dyche was on the touchline in his technical area the whole game, like after we scored, he was laughing because he took his jacket off there, and he was like, right.
He was ready. He was ready to go. I said it in the pre-match. You know, Burnley have always been a weird team for us under Klopp. Never easy, and that first half especially was difficult to watch. And then obviously we took control in the second half, and then Thiago came on, and I thought he was Burnley's best playmaker, to be honest. He's honestly, I don't know what's happening there. I'm one of these fans that gets excited over every 5-yard pass he does, but not when he's doing it for the opposition. I was too excited by then. I missed a lot of that. I was too busy singing. No, he's but luckily Van Dijk and Matip, I think that's all Thiago was doing, was just testing them, just making sure the concentration levels are still up. That's how good of a player Thiago is. He gets the best out of everyone by testing them. And he saw that Van Dijk got the tackle in. Matip was just fantastic.
Let's see what Thiago really do.
We're thinking about that. Thinking about that, I guess you're right, because Burnley did decide to just go off the ball, park the bus, settle at the sticks, you know, pitch tents. So they
didn't do anything in the second half until Thiago came on. That was really the case.
Can you play? Is it possible you'd ever play Fabinho, Thiago, and Elliot?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we spoke about this in our midfield.
They'd be spoon-fed. The forward be getting spoon-fed.
Fabinho and Thiago together, or that's some sexy football.
Because I saw Fabinho, he drove at the guys, he does a little step over, and then done the no-look pass, and went to beat as well. I was like, I hate you. He's so good. Yeah, he's good.
Oh, Firmino. Yeah.
No, that's Thiago. Sorry, Thiago.
Thiago.
Brilliance.
I can't wait. Like, we really want to see Thiago and Fabinho on together. That's what us KOP fans are really looking forward to seeing, because their link up is sexy football.
But can you play with your three in midfield? If you're playing one holding guy like Fabinho, who's a dead cert starter, can you play two sort of creative guys like Thiago and Elliot? Yeah, or do you have to play like a Henderson in there?
No, I mean, sorry, James, you said that one.
No, I think I'd start in midfield is Henderson, Fabinho, and Thiago. That is technically our first team starters.
Oh, okay.
But we have, like you saw in our midfield options show, we have so many options.
Yeah.
Potsy, what do you think?
No, I was going to say it could absolutely work a treat, especially in games that Klopp really wants to dominate and put the pressure on teams. Thiago, he does love to get forward, but he can also play the conductor and pick the ball up, make the passes, keep hold of the ball in the middle of that midfield, and then obviously that would allow for someone like Elliot to push forward. So I think it could absolutely work for us.
Because previously, I like Liverpool a couple of years ago, they used to get release the ball really quickly and then get Salah and Mane. The reason I thought they were so effective, they'd be one-on-one with guys. you know, with the fullback or something, you know. But now I think it's slowing it up a bit, and you've got these two creative players, so they're getting a different kind of service, you know. I don't know, just my observation. Obviously, I don't watch every Liverpool game, but before I used to remember, oh my God, Mane 1-on-1, and he'd be, but now he's getting doubled up on because it's getting too slow for the ball to get to him in a way, because your build up is slightly bit slower. In the first half, for example, Keita was slowing it up, and I'm thinking, come on, pick it up. So when Mane does get the ball, he's already got someone on him again. So I'm not seeing him driving at people so much, you know.
I think
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think the change, obviously, last season especially, was a big impact in terms of, because we were playing a much higher line than we have done previously as well. So there's a lot of risk involved in trying to play that faster style of football with that as high a line as we play. So I think that's why he likes to be a bit more patient, make sure everyone's in a good position in case of the counter. But you're right, it does slow up the play a bit, but it is a lot less riskier. And I think what we saw against Norwich and what we've seen today against Burnley, especially in that second half, is a more business-like performance. Just get the job done. It's less about just going out there, the heavy metal football, as Klopp obviously called it when he first came in. It's less about all that, and it's more about just getting the job done, getting the points on the board, and 2 consecutive clean sheets, top of the table.
We've got the players that we can do that with now. I think we've fully evolved into his vision. I think each season we've evolved with each player he's brought in. So I think with Thiago now this season, we're going to see what his vision finally was meant to be. I think he just had to kind of evolve as we were going. Bringing in patience
and vitamins.
That German regime, United said it knackered him right out. But
wow,
brilliant.
In one poll, Kostas Tsimikas got the most player ratings for player of today's match. So
I'll hand that to him. I think Trent, Tsimikas, and Elliot were on point today. Didn't touch that wrong. Again, Virgil, those 4, they were solid. But then Alisson, the whole team was just on it today. I don't think anybody really made too many mistakes.
Keita maybe needs more time, but I like him as a player. But I was looking at him today. I wasn't slowing it up a bit. Just trying to do this right. I wanted to drive at people and get the ball and just back people up like that. But he was slowly. Maybe he needs more time to get his.
But it's Burnley as well. Back. They're quite, like you said, they're quite rugged.
True.
Just maybe struggled a bit with that.
Bring it down.
So big is he? Come on.
And
my gosh, he does look like Mane, man. I keep thinking, is that Mane? Everyone can say that to me. I was, oh yeah. You know, it's got a difference.
What's
Mane doing picking the ball up?
Someone was like, "Oh yeah, you think they all look alike?" I was like, "No."
We have to be careful saying those sort of things, don't you? But,
I know, and I was like, "Don't be frightened with me." They're the same
but
height.
They bloody do. He should get like a blonde streak in his hair or something, so he can, for the players' sake as well.
Yeah. I had to look at their boots today because Mane had on the bright yellow boots. I was like, right, I just need to look at the boots. That's why I had to look at. I can't see the number all the time. But I think the whole team were.
Imagine at a set piece and like James or Ben Mee saying, "Pick up Mane."
What?
This one, no, that one.
It's like when you guys had Raphael and Fabio.
Yeah.
Just natural twins, just both as bad as each other.
Wait.
Title
winners.
In other news,
Come on in.
Thomas Krul of Norwich City is playing for he's playing for Man City right now because he's just gifted City a goal.
What?
So Man City are up. It's 9 minutes in.
Wow.
And
wow.
And your Liverpool under 18s whooped us 5-0 today.
What?
I heard that.
Yeah. I've got NUTV.
I wonder how many goals
Gordon got. Squad Monday. The whole the youth academy.
Yeah. Right.
You bring them through.
It seems like you start to build your house on rock now, not sand. We want to see more youngsters coming through. But great result.
Who scored the goals for us?
I don't know. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm going to check it out
Okay.
now. But I've just
I bet Cade Gordon got one. Guarantee you.
That's the guy you've been boasting up.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, it's good to see. It's good to see. You have to. One thing I was saying, when Liverpool win the title, like back in 1990, you won the title, and then you scrapped the boot room. Graham Souness came in, took out all the experienced players, started bringing in David Burrows, all these terrible players. He just about won an FA Cup against Sunderland, and then you didn't win anything after that. You know, and so you destroyed the whole foundations, what made you successful. And now, since you've won the Champions League and League again, I've started thinking, no, you haven't built on this foundation. You're building a house on sand again. You haven't invested. I've been boasting up about our signings, spending money. But after the last couple of days, I'll have to concede that the foundations are there. Listen to you guys on your show. And really, I mean, I do watch the show, not as a spy, but I really admire what you guys actually say, because but I admire the way you go in. Some shows you can watch and it's just like, yeah, he's rubbish, he's this, he's that. But you guys go into detail, and I really respect all of the panel here for what you say. But I'm starting to realise Klopp is building for the future. The foundations there, like seeing Elliot Jones come through, and like the 5-0 today. Something's going on in the background, so you're going to have that. You'll be set for a few years now. So credit to Liverpool; they're properly run club now again.
What I like is that you don't go out there and kind of, boast about it. It's all being done nice and quietly and under the radar. We're not, showing all our cards. But yeah, you enjoy that game. I'm going to look for that game now.
Yeah, I've got the results right now.
There's at least 10 youth players that are just really, really exciting. And I think Clarkson, he's gone on loan to Blackburn as well, hasn't he? Like Harvey Elliott did. So that's going to do him the wonders that it did to Elliott. I think it's a perfect place to send our youth players into the Championship. Some really good experience.
We had a show yesterday, and they're discussing about we got a guy called Ahmad who came over from Atlanta, youngster, and he was Sheffield United supposed to be interested in him. We were saying, oh no, he doesn't suit Sheffield United. It's not going to be good for him to go there, and there's a lot of upset about it. But I think when you see how successful Elliott was playing for Blackburn last year, the Championship, if you make it there, if you can play in that division and do really well, you're going to blend in. That's why I was concerned about Elliott today. That's why I've done the spotlight on him, because I'm thinking, Burnley, are you sure? Is this the right game for him? But obviously, he's hardened up by playing in the Championship last year. And he even shielding the ball, seeing bounce a man today. And I thought,
okay. So and Monday, talking about players who go on loan, as opposed to players that get sold.
Yeah.
And in particular, young players. I want to draw your attention to Ryan Brewster and what's going on with him this season. Personally, I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the doors at Sheffield United, but for a young man of Brewster's talents and ability, I find it strange he's not getting game time, or as much game time as he should be.
That's a good shout. I think he made the wrong decision. That's the wrong club to go to. I mean, who remembers the Under-17s World Cup? He was killing it with goals. He's like a poacher. But with the system that entire sides play these days, I don't think he's maybe built at the moment to sort of play that position. And people are going to trust him, to play sort of one up front. It's not like you play a 1-2 up front like Burnley, a big man, little man, where he can feed off things. He's expected to do everything. So being a sort of poacher, am I right to call him a poacher in a way, sort of finisher in the 6-yard box? Yeah. I don't. His game outside.
It's early for him, personally.
Yeah, he just needs the right manager. I think he made the wrong choice. He was advised wrongly to make that move to Sheffield United. But hopefully, I was thinking, I'm disappointed. By now, I think, all right, this season he will bang 20 goals in the Championship and prove his worth. But it's all about the manager. They got rid of the previous manager, didn't they? They've got someone else coming in, and he's probably thinking, oh, I don't want you. It's difficult. It's wasted years.
You have to look at the training part of the team as well. And I think with Blackburn, obviously, Klopp's seen what they did with Elliott, and he liked it. So he's like, okay, I'm going to send you Clarkson then, because you treated him good, you trained him well, you coached him nice. Let's get a little relationship going where we can give you our youth players. You can use them, train them up, and we'll bring them back. But we said that, didn't we, as well, Potsy, in our last show about how important it was to make sure when you loan these young players out that the club you are loaning them to are going to really look after them.
Yeah.
And
I mean, with Brewster, obviously Swansea did look after him when we sent him on loan there, and he got his game time and he built a bit of a reputation for him. Obviously, Klopp has seen something that he doesn't feel he's quite ready for this level of the game. And obviously, Michael Edwards has gone out and got the best money that you could probably ask for a player who's never played a Premier League game. 20 million, it's ridiculous, but that's the thing. You never want a youth prospect to fail at the club. You want them to come through. You want them to make up the 11 at some point. It's not always going to happen. I feel confident in someone like Harvey Elliott reaching the levels that we expect from him, but you get that with every club. You look at Man United, for example. I think Andreas Pereira's just gone out on loan for what seems like the 8th time. Now he's back in Brazil as well. I think, isn't he, Flamengo or something? It's like how, like Chelsea, obviously they've built their entire thing loaning out players to Dutch teams and things like that. It's like, how much do you actually believe in these kids and these players to actually come back and have an impact in the first team? And I think with us, especially with someone like Harvey Elliott, that is definitely what Klopp had it intention for Elliott. That was part of the plan.
And you could see that because even when he was at Blackburn, he was still, he had the justice for the 97 on his shirt. He still loved the club. So I think even when you loan these players out, you still have to make sure they feel that they're part of your team still. I think probably some of these Chelsea players that just keep getting loaned out, they probably don't even feel like they're part of Chelsea anymore. It's like, do we even know? Some players just say, oh, he's on loan from Chelsea. And you're like, is he? Do you even know a lot of these players? Just seems
I think
get rid of you.
We had a player called Angel Gomez, who I thought was one of the best talents to come through for years. And like at that level, like Brewster, he was one of the top players. He also played in under-17 World Cup in India, and he was like one of the best, like with Foden, all these other guys. And he didn't want to wait around for his chance. He decided to go off to Lille when he had a season in Portugal on loan. He's gone back to Lille now. Hopefully he progress. But I'm disappointed as a fan. Like you say, with Brewster, for example, you want to see him come through the ranks and do his thing. But I agree with Potsy. I don't think maybe Brewster was ready. When you look at your front line, oh my God! I mean, he's miles.
How is he getting in that? I know.
Yeah. But the only issue I have is the choice he made to go to that Sheffield United, a relegated club that's gone. There's going to be a lot of changes. The Chris White, is it the manager? He's gone now. He's the one that signed him, and then suddenly you got some new guy. He might not even fancy you. So he's out in the wilderness right now. I don't know what's going to happen to him.
I think that's the big thing as well with youth prospects as well, like you say, because of social media and everything, and thousands of fans can see them from a very young age and get it in their heads that they're going to be the next best thing. And we can't wait to see you play for the first team. Can't wait to see you run the game for us. And like you said, for Angel Gomez, it didn't work. Bobby Duncan for us, of course. Was the big example of that for Liverpool. So it can happen where players, are told by other outside influences that they're the best in the world. You should be playing in the first team already. Like Bobby Duncan's agent telling him he should be playing ahead of Mane. Yeah, of course. Like, no, I hope you enjoyed your one game in Italy, mate. Like, his career is just gone. You know what I mean? Because of bad advice. And at the end of the day, like I said, I like the fact that it seems like Klopp has clear plans for what he has with the youngsters. I've got a feeling he probably has a big impact in terms of actually sitting down and talking with the players themselves in terms of his plans for them, as the youth staff do as well. And that's obviously what he did with Elliott. He's probably done it with Clarkson as well. You see it with the pre-season. I think it was a couple of years ago. We had a Brazilian kid. I can't remember his name, but he went on loan to Finland. And then he came back.
I know what you're talking about.
Alan, I think his name's Alan.
D'Souza.
And he came back and had won the league in Finland, and Klopp was with him, met him in pre-season, like, show me your medal. Like, he's really happy, wanted to see, what he's achieved.
Like dad, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a family.
He's got that fantastic connection with all the players at any level with us. So that is very important for every level of the game.
I think it just shows throughout the whole team, from the first team down to the youth team to the under 18s and all those teams. It just shows Klopp's idea and knowledge and thinking is nobody is better than anyone else. Everyone's got to be humble. If you have to wait your time, you have to wait your time. You have to be patient. It doesn't mean, even today he said something, it doesn't mean that you're a bad player if you're not getting off the bench. It just means that somebody else at that moment is putting in the work and you're not. But it doesn't mean you're a bad player. He was asked about Ox and stuff, and he's like, no, we're all a team, you know, everyone gets their time. Some people get more of their time than others, but I love that he makes sure none of these youth players, like you said, have got this big ego. They're just, when they do get their time, like Elliot, you can see today, he's just happy to get his time, you know. If he has to sit on the bench for the next 6 games, he won't care. He's more than happy to just be there, you know, in the atmosphere and the vibe. And he's just got to look at Trent to see, you know, that it can happen. I can get into this team. So yeah, we've got a couple comments here from sorry, is it Evan or Even? A ball boy from 2019 got a hat trick today. Oh yeah.
Oakley,
yes.
Oakley, the one who actually signed a professional contract this season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That would have been against you lot today, Monday.
Yeah, that was, yes. 11,
the boy that basically helped won us the Champions League.
So I'll put you all on mute. Get this segment over with.
All right, let's wrap it up. I'm going to go and celebrate and sing some more songs. I'm going to annoy Monday now with my little chants.
You know what? It's going to be a good season.
It is.
It's an honor to come on this show with you guys. Honestly, I love what you guys are doing. I'm going to support you guys all the way throughout the season, apart from 2 occasions when you come and meet the big boys.
Your show for that game. I'm coming on your show for that game.
What is it? Keep it going, man. It's the top panelists. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amanda. It's been mint having you on. If you don't know
where you are, who you are, tell everyone who you are and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Amanda Juma. You can find me on the Man United Agenda. This is a sister channel to FDB. We are the Man United Agenda. We've been pumping out shows like 4 or 5 times a week. Come check us out. Even if you hate Man United, just come and say hello. We don't mind. And make sure you support this team here, because this is the dream team with Alvin and all the other guys as well. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Monday. And I watch all of their shows. It's great fun. I enjoy winding them up.
It's all love, isn't it? I mean, come on now.
As
much as we think after the game, we shake hands, we have a laugh, you know, have a drink and whatever. And that's all good. It's all good.
I just love football. I love talking about it, whether it's my own fans, other fans. It's even more interesting when you talk to other fans, as you can tell, they're coming on now. It's just, great conversations. Potsy, I've said already, you got your TikTok account. I've put it in the description, in the YouTube description underneath. So if everyone wants to find him, he's on his TikTok doing his watch along, plenty of screaming and shouting. I'm sure it was a lot.
Can I just give a shout out to Potsy? I'm on TikTok as well, but he's got enough followers, and I watch him all the time. And some of his stuff is really interesting. He puts out a lot of posing questions to people, and I'm like, oh my god, who is that? Who's better at these two? Who's he? And his insight is amazing. So go and check it out on TikTok. Wicked. I had to download
TikTok just to take a look at you. I was like, I ain't got TikTok. Let me download and have a look. But great channel.
No, thank you very much, both of you. Appreciate that.
That's cool. Even goodbye. We're gonna have a lovely evening now. We're gonna
have
go
a good one, guys.
Man City's 2-0, so it's not as great, but
Nice. No, she'll come back. Don't worry.
You softened them up last week, didn't you?
I'm looking forward to Chelsea and Arsenal.
Chelsea, Arsenal, yes.
That's gonna be, and then they got Man City next week. I said to my kids, Arsenal will be relegated by October.
Tell you what, Arsenal versus Luton next season is going to be fire. Fire.
I can get tickets for that game too.
Get yourself down there.
Arsenal.
But no, most important thing, 3-0 Liverpool, 2-0 Liverpool, 3 points.
Yes,
top of the table.
Clean sheet. I said in the pre-show, didn't I? I want a clean sheet. I love getting these clean sheets. They make me happy. I don't know why, but they really just fucking do. They're brilliant. Right. See you on Thursday now, guys.
Yeah, see you later, guys. Thank you, Amanda.
Bye.
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 And you know, one thing I do like about him, he'll put his head where other people won't even put their boot.
We want people that are going to be competing for that first team spot, not another Shaqiri.
The way that this brother plays football, when we were linked, I didn't want to comment because I didn't want to smile.